All right, so it's time for my thoughts on the national protests going on as far as the George Floyd case goes. And before we get started, I want to say that I stand with George Floyd, and he was killed needlessly, absolutely needlessly, by a fucking cop who didn't know what the fuck he was doing. Or maybe he did and just fucking decided against it. I don't care. That cop was wrong. I'm saying it right now, that cop was wrong, and he should go to jail. There is no excuse for what that man did. For when you put a man in handcuffs on his stomach, you got 3 extra cops on his back, and you stand on his neck with all of your weight with a knee, and you kill him. Absolutely wrong. Completely wrong. Deplorable. But what has transpired over the past few days, especially in Minneapolis, is even more wrong. Why? Because there's a thing called protesting, and your God-given right is to protest in this country. You're allowed to do that. But rioting and looting, destroying people's property, hurting people, assaulting people, that's not protesting. You want to protest, that's fine. But do it peacefully. Don't burn down low-income housing. Don't burn down people's businesses who, in that country, or in that state, in that city, are people just like you and me. They're burning down people's businesses. People who are black, white, Asian, Native American. They're burning down businesses of all races and creeds. They don't care. They're burning them down. These are people in your community who worked their fucking asses off to build a business, whether it be a bar, a dollar store, regular clothing store. I don't care what it is. You're burning down their businesses. The low-income housing building blows my mind. You burn down an apartment building? That's not protesting. Especially when it's people just as affected by society as you are. What that tells me is that you're ignorant. And that you just want to burn shit down. As that movie once said, The Dark Knight, some people just want to watch the world burn. You think the people burning down the low-income housing gave a shit about George Floyd? No. They could have went after the police. They could have went after only the police and burned down their precinct, which eventually they did 3 days later. No, they decided to rob stores, get as much shit as they can, burn down regular people's businesses, loot their businesses for liquor or money, go after their safes, whatever. That's not protesting. That's not getting your point across. You want no justice, no peace. Well, where's your justice? There's going to be justice coming for you, man. Because you're doing some illegal shit. And it's not right. But now, we're seeing this spread all over the country. Because social media is a wonderful thing. So now you got protests in LA, Ohio, Atlanta, New York, everywhere. It's all over the country. You know what it really is? It's 2015 all over again. But this time, people have been locked up in their houses for the past 3 months because of this fucking COVID-19 bullshit. Granted, it was probably a pretty bad virus. I'm not denouncing that. And, we slowed the curve, or we flattened the curve, we slowed the spread, But there have been certain states which have kept the people down even more. I.e. the blue states. Okay? States like Minnesota, for one. New York, New Jersey, California. They're keeping people locked down till August or whenever we get a vaccine, indefinitely. So you kept these people in their houses for the past 3 months. You've killed their jobs, if most of them even had them. they're gone. So now they have no money. They're dealing with a broken unemployment system that, they're not getting any unemployment. They're not getting any federal assistance aside from their, stimulus check, maybe, even if they got that. So you got a bunch of people, and I'm talking millions of people, pent up, being in the house for 3 months, fed with rage over the governors of that state sending the cops to shut down businesses or to arrest you if you're in a park. Or if you're out with your family just enjoying a stroll, but you're not, within 6 feet of each other, cops are going to come arrest you. They've weaponized these cops for the past 3 months to sow the discord. That's what they're doing. They're sowing the discord between the American people and the cops even more than they could back in 2015, 2016, when, a random racial killing was the news. So now you have a black man being killed by a white cop, which is going to piss off everyone. But now you have people that are pissed off at the cops because maybe you owned a salon. Maybe you owned a liquor store. Or no, maybe not a liquor store. Liquor stores are open. Maybe you own a clothing store. Or maybe you own, a toy store or whatever. But your government has been suppressing you via the cops or Jim by arresting people frequenting your business or arresting you for opening your business. So they've been actively teaching people to hate cops even more. Not all cops are bad. And a lot of them are doing what they're told with threat of their job. They might not be proud of it. Some are resisting. But that's what they've been doing. This is all part of the left's idea to start the Civil War. They've been trying for years to start this Civil War. And this is probably the closest they've been in all those years. And I'll tell you right now, no one said shit 4, 5, 6 years ago when Obama was in, and they were burning down Charlotte, they were burning down Ferguson, they were burning down New Orleans, they were burning down Milwaukee. Obama didn't say shit. The Trump administration in history has been the only one in the past 20 years to actually call for racial discrimination and hate crimes on a police killing. Look it up. And he did so with this one. He said, I want swift justice with this fucking cop. But that's not good enough for them. They arrested the guy today. That's not good enough for them. They're going to keep riding. They're going to keep blocking traffic. They're going to keep looting. Why? Why is that happening? Because this is what the left wants. And if you notice, all of a sudden, everybody is Antifa. Because now, masks are cool. We used to shit on Antifa when they used to riot Oregon. But the government of Oregon and Washington didn't do anything. They just let them run wild through the streets. Now, you have a shitload of masked people running through the streets, causing ruckus. Not in the name of Antifa, but hey, you might as well. Now there's no accountability. Now everyone's a freedom fighter. This is what COVID got us. I told you weeks ago that the COVID news cycle was over. You were going to see civil unrest and you were going to see Black Lives Matter come back into play. What happened? Do you think this is a coincidence? People die every day by the hands of their normal fellow man or by cops. But this one just happened to touch a nerve. And everyone's got a mask and everyone's going to go protest. Everyone's going to cause a problem. The left is winning. Don't let them win. Stop the bullshit. Protest peacefully. Do what you got to do. But stop the violence. They're winning. This is their last chance. COVID didn't work. Impeachment didn't work. Russia didn't work. This is it. If you don't believe me, then I'm sorry. But this is my beliefs, and this is what's happening. Period. The end.